going on, everybody? It's Scorpion's Diecast Reviews, and welcome back to another video where today we are doing yet another Hot Wheels race. The last video I published a couple months ago, I was actually able to turn out pretty popular, where I raced the Shelby GT350, a bunch of other American muscle cars. You guys have not yet seen that video. I'll leave it at the card at the top right corner, or I'll leave it in the description box down below. Today we're bringing in something different though. Today we're racing the Bugatti EB110, and then we're racing it against 6 other, I guess you could say, classic supercars or famed supercars that a lot of people love and know. And we've got the Bugatti out of the way. Here's the selection we're taking a look at. We got the McLaren F1, the Nissan R390, we also got the Ferrari Enzo, the Jaguar XJ220, Acura NSXR, and also the Ford GT40. And so you've been putting all these cars down against the EB110 today. So now this car is actually one of the new ones for this year, and it does look really good. I really love it in the Bugatti blue today, or whatever. I forgot what kind of Bugatti or what kind of color blue this was, but I believe it's called Bugatti blue, and I think it does look really good even on the Hot Wheels format. So today we are going to be putting it down the track, and we're going to be seeing how good it really is. So let's take a closer look at the McLaren F1. So as you guys can see, this is also one of the new ones for this year, and I must say I do love finally how they finally gave us the regular road-going version. They do have the race car version, the McLaren F1 GTR, but I'm glad they were finally able to make the road-going variant. Here's also a new one for this year as well. We got the Nissan R390 in this red. They also made a blue color for this car as well, which I do not yet have. But I'm glad to be able to actually have it in this red. And this one here, we got the Ferrari Enzo. You guys, most of you Hot Wheels guys know, Hot Wheels stopped making Ferrari a little while ago, and I'm glad I was able to find this one in this pristine condition. I actually have a black one as well in this pristine condition, as well as an FXX as well, or FXX, that's what it's called. I can't wait to finally put it down on the track for the very first time. We also got the Jaguar XJ220. This was one of the fastest cars in the world when this car came out. It was the fastest car in the world for 1 year until it got beaten by this guy, the McLaren F1, which could hit 240. And I cannot wait. This here was actually one of my fastest cars in my collection until I believe it got beat by the Ford F-150, which if the Bugatti EB110 does really good, we'll put the EB110 up against the F-150. We'll see how good it does. And then next up, we got the Acura NSXR. This one here has been out for Hot Wheels for quite a while, but this is, I believe, the newest variant they have, the newest casting that they have. And I must say, I really do love it in this orange. And we also got the Ford GT40 in this nice Gulf racing livery. And here's one of my favorite Hot Wheels models that I have, except for the Nissan GTR Liberty Walk, or should I say the Hot Wheels Bugatti Chiron from the Hot Exotics 5-pack. So yes, we're going to be putting the Bugatti, or EB110, down the track. So without further ado, let's go and get started with that. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, as you guys can see, I don't have the craziest Hot Wheels track of them all of them, but I do have this little tiny racetrack that I'm going to be putting every single car down today. I'm going to be trying my best to film as best of a view as possible of the cars going down. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start racing. Alright, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and set the track to the first section, because this thing actually has 3 sections. Got third power and also the first power. I always use the first one because it's actually the less powerful, and it actually gives me a little bit more time to be able to actually follow the cars up the track, and it's a little bit more realistic. So without further ado, let's start with the McLaren F1. We're going to go and put the McLaren F1 on the track with the EB110, and let's go ahead and see how good this one does in 3, 2, 1. And it looks like I didn't even have to rewatch the footage. After rewatching the footage, the McLaren F1 took the win, which means this one here is actually going to be facing forward, and it's actually going to be moving on. I'm also going to be racing all the winners together as well somehow as well. And so let's go ahead and put the EB110 down with the next car. Reset the track, and now let's go ahead and put the EB110 on this lane this time, because that's where the F1 was. And now we're going to go ahead and put on the Nissan R390. And now let's go ahead and see who wins this race in 3, 2, 1. And the Bugatti EB110 took the win for this round, which means I guess it's finally going to be having one that's where it's going to be facing the opposite side. Actually, let's do it this way. We'll put the losers facing like that. There we go. Now resetting the track for the next one. Let's go ahead and put the EB110 back on this lane. Put the Ferrari Enzo and the lane on that the EB110 was previously on. So now we got these cars on the track. So let's go ahead and see who wins now in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got the Bugatti EB110. It looks like something weird happened to the Ferrari Enzo. So you know, we're going to redo this one, but I said we're going to use a different Ferrari Enzo. Now we have swapped from a blue Ferrari Enzo to a black Ferrari Enzo. So now I'm going to be using this black Ferrari Enzo and putting it down the track with the EB110 instead. So let's go put the Enzo back in the same lane the blue one was in, put the EB110 back in. So let's go ahead and now see who wins in 3, 2, 1. And the EB110 took the win for that one as well, which means you're going to put the Ferrari Enzo facing backwards. Let's go ahead and now reset the track again. Let's put the Bugatti EB110 back on the lane that it was in. And let's go ahead and put the Jaguar XJ220. I already have a feeling the XJ is going to win. But now let's go ahead and now see who wins in 3, 2, 1. I guessed it right. And now there we go. We got the Jaguar XJ220 for the win. We're just going to be going right next to the McLaren F1. Go ahead and set the track again. We're going to put the EB110 in this lane this time. And we'll now go ahead and put the Acura NSX. Let's go ahead and put it in this lane. Now let's go ahead and now see who wins in 3, 2, 1. And the EB110 finished by a mile, which sadly means for the NSX, it's up the XJ220 there, it's going to be facing backwards. Now for maybe the very last time for this video, I was going to set the track again. Now we're going to put the EB110, we're going to put it in this lane, and we're going to now switch and put the final competitor for today, the Ford GT40. So now let's go ahead and now see who wins this final race here in 3, 2, 1. Can the GT40 tie up these races? Let's find out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like no. So now here's our leaderboard for today's race. We got the EB110 losing to the McLaren F1 as well as the Jaguar XJ220, and the Bugatti EB110 beat the Nissan R390, the Ferrari Enzo, the Acura NSX, and also the Ford GT40. Since it's even, we're going to go ahead and eliminate all of these guys. Let's put these over off to the side, as well as put these over to the side, and let's actually do a race between the Jaguar XJ220 and the McLaren F1. Which one of these two cars wins will race the Ford F-150. Fair? Let's do it. So we're going to do best out of 3 rounds, and we're going to rotate the lanes every single time. So best out of 3 wins for McLaren F1. So really, first one to win 2 races wins. And I was going to make sure the XJ220's got at the back end of it's not touching the back end. We got to make sure it's even. There we go. Went ahead and lined them up very carefully. Now I have to be careful here. Let's see who now wins in the first race in 3, 2, 1. That was so close I could not even tell. After reviewing the footage, the Jaguar XJ220 won by just the width of a hair. Which means that's one race down for the Jaguar XJ220. Now we're going to go ahead and switch lanes. So now we're going to go ahead and now put the McLaren F1 in this lane, and we're now going to put the Jaguar XJ220 in this lane. So now let's go ahead and see which car wins this race in 3. Oh, gotta make sure the car's lined up there ever so carefully. There we go. Let's go see who wins in 3, 2, 1. XJ220 won by a mile. We've now finally determined that the Jaguar XJ220 has completely won today's video. However, how good is it against the fastest car in my collection, the Ford F-150? Now this is maybe sound kind of surprising, but yes, this car is my fastest car in my collection by a mile. So now let's actually see exactly how good it is. I already have a good feeling the XJ220 is going to lose to this. But now, this is going to be one fun video to film. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and reset the track for the final race. And then we're going to go ahead and put the Jaguar XJ220 down and also the Ford F-150. So now let's now go ahead and now see who wins in 3. I got to move my microphone cord out of the way. 3, 2, 1. as I figured, the Ford F-150 And so there's the whole video for you guys today. We got all the cars that the that the Bugatti EB110 beat. Then we also got all the cars that the Bugatti EB110 beat, or was beaten by. And then we also got the 2 finalists, with still the F-150 being my #1 fastest car. And then of course we got the EB110. So anyway guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and also while you're at it, go ahead and go drop a like on this channel to support me in the channel. Also guys, if you guys haven't done that yet already, go subscribe to me on my other channels, as well as also all my social medias. They're going to all be linked in the description box down below. I'm going to try to see if I can post at least 2 videos a week on this channel. And no promises, I'm not making promises, but I'll try to see if I can post on this channel as much as I possibly can. But if you guys want some content when I'm not posting on this channel, go subscribe to me on my main channel and also my gaming channel. I post mostly on those, so if you guys want to see content from me when I'm not posting on this channel, go subscribe to me on both of those channels. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Peace out.